Hey everybody, welcome to G4G on YouTube. Today, we're in Heroes of the Storm. So it's been a little while since I've gone ahead and done anything Heroes of the Storm related here on the channel, but we've got a new character coming that, for me, was definitely worth it to do. So we're on the PTR of this. May is not live yet, but May will be showing up in Heroes of the Storm pretty soon, along with another luchador wrestling related event. So that means that we are going to get skins for characters, and the old skins are going to come back. So you will see the rebirth of these skins over here, like El Jefe for Garage. Diablo's got some, couple others have got skins for it, and we're also going to get new skins. So if we look at Diablo and we look at Diablo, so here are some of the ones from last year. I think they're great. The sprays were great. They were animated. They have the extremely bold contrast in the colors and everything. I mean, that one's okay, but like this is that heavy neon look to it is something that I liked. And let's see, I believe it is, I think Imperius is getting something. Well, that's kind of cool. Yeah, alright, so El Bandito, this is one of the new Imperius skins that'll be up. He's got some cool ones over here. If I had to pick one of these, that looks like World of Warcraft's Might set for Warriors back in vanilla. It's very, very close to it. It is that gold and that silver. This Sinister one is cool, and this black and gray one is pretty cool. Let me see if I can remember who else was getting something. Where is he? There he is, Mal'Ganis. Mal'Ganis, I believe, is getting some skins. Malgucho. A little on the kind of prim and proper side, but again, there's that amazing coloring. That stance is very flamboyant would be the best word for it. But really, what we're going to be looking at over here is the fact that May is going to be showing up. So May is from Overwatch, and she's a very divisive character. In Overwatch, she came back into the meta when they started doing hero pools, and they, even before that, when Goats was removed. So Goats was the greatest of all time comp. It was 3 healers and 3 bruisers, really. It didn't have much in the way of snipers or tanks. It just was all heavy frontline and all support, and everybody started saying Goats is boring, and it was being used professionally everywhere. It was the counter to dive meta is what it was. It was trying to stop the backline dive meta, and then Goats took on a life of its own, and everybody was getting bored of it. It's sort of like you find an island in the Pacific that you want to move to, but it's infested with rats, so you bring cats to kill the rats, and then the cats kill the rats, and then the cats take over, and then the cats are everywhere, and you're like, well, what are we going to do to get rid of the cats? So then you bring in dogs, and the dogs kill the cats, and then the dogs are all over. That's what happened. Dive meta was really popular, so Goats went and countered it, and nobody could counter Goats, so Blizzard literally broke it up and said you can only have 2 DPS, 2 support, and yeah, you can have 2 other characters in there. You can no longer do 2 tanks, excuse me, 2 DPS, 2 healers, 2 tanks. You can't deviate from that. So when that happened, May became meta again because she was relatively hardy, so she counted as a DPS, but she was to some degree able to tank. And she was able to kind of control the battlefield a little bit. So May's popularity came back. With that, the general populace of Overwatch considers May pretty divisive in that she's very sweet. She looks like Velma from Scooby-Doo. And she's down with the thickness. as I always like to say about Mei. Also, aside from being Chinese and extremely nice and sorry, sorry, sorry when she kills people, people literally consider her Satan because of her ability to just shut down anything in the game. Mei doesn't have counters counters other than being up in the air, so Echo and Pharaoh would be a counter, but other than maybe a McCree stun or super heavy burst that gets her when her cooldowns aren't available, she really doesn't have a counter, and she in herself counters basically everything that is on the ground. So Echo and Farah don't really have to worry about her, except with her icicle shot is extremely damaging. But tanks on the ground, healers on the ground, DPS on the ground, Mei's able to just do what she wants. So to that end, the Heroes of the Storm community is rather split on whether or not they want Mei in the game. Some people are saying, oh, Mei's the character we don't want. Like, who wants Mei in this? But other people are like, yay, more Overwatch, we need them. Which is true, but some people have thought, well, maybe she's too close to Jaina, and that's... I have for months and months and months thought about who would be another Overwatch character that they could bring in. I mean, I would think Rhine is pretty doable. Mercy is too close to Medic, and I always thought Mei would be too close to Jaina, and that they wouldn't go that way, and here they are proving me wrong. So, looking at her skins, this is her default. She has... Alright, so Mei, Marine Mei, Powder Pink, Renowned. This one, Renowned doesn't really have a Overwatch direct similarity to it. She doesn't have that skin in Overwatch. And then here you have Pajama Party Mei, which is super down with the thickness. She has a pajama skin in Overwatch, but it's not this complicated. There's Panda Pajama Party Mei, which is my favorite. This is absolutely the skin that I would get for Mei when it goes live. Knoll Pajama Party, which is kind of interesting because, I mean, this just looks like a straight... Oh, it's a high... I get it. I thought it was more of a teddy bear. It's that stripe. I had to see that stripe and the spots to do it. Yeah, it's the hyenas from World of Warcraft, really. That's why it's a knoll. I just thought it was a brown bear because, I mean, that looks like a bear, and that looks like a bear paw, but okay. It's a knoll. It's a hyena. And we have Vanguard Mei, which is also very similar to her Chinese New Year skins. It has that Chinese New Year coloring to it. So I'm for now going with Powder Pink, and this is my loadout. Happy Birthday Billy, the Diva, War Banner, Carbot, Ophia, and Jaina as the announcer. It's very themed. It's color themed, and it has Jaina. Abilities. She's considered a tank, and her difficulty is considered medium. Snowblind. Throw a snowball that slows and blinds. Blizzard. So this is her ultimate in Overwatch, and this really threw people for a loop that an ultimate became a default ability, and it's also one that Jaina basically has. That's weird. That threw a lot of people, and it does throw me a little bit. Because, like, Lucio gets Break It Down. Tracer doesn't get the Pulse Bomb. No, she does. She just gets variants of it. Diva gets her iconic Blow Up. Junkrat gets the Tire if he wants it, or the Rocket. Mostly Overwatch characters come in with at least one ultimate that matches their Overwatch ultimate. Mei is really off the board over there. Icing, which is Slide Quickly. Oh yeah, let's actually talk about these. So, Blizzard. Command Snowball, which is, if you don't know, that's that little robot thing on top of her cryo tank. Command Snowball to create a blizzard at the target location for 2 seconds. Enemies within the blizzard take 13 damage every quarter of a second and are slowed by 7%, stacking up to 35%. When the blizzard ends, enemies within the area take an additional 75 damage and are stunned for a second and a quarter. Icing, slide quickly in a targeted direction. When this effect ends, enemies near Mei are knocked back and they take damage and are slowed, which decays over time, and it can be cancelled during sliding. This is one of her play the game intro moves, where she sort of slides from right to left and then loops back towards the center and does a pose where she aims the icicle gun at you. It also really reminds me of Iceman from Marvel. I mean, he's always had that ability in the Amazing Spider-Friends cartoon in the 80s, and that's always how he was represented in the Marvel vs. Capcom games, is having a move very similar to that, and also in Marvel Avengers Alliance. So they kind of take a... Yes, it's part of her intro, but it also reminds me of Iceman. Cryofreeze is her trait, where she becomes encased in ice for 3 seconds, gaining a shield and heals. That's one of her abilities in Overwatch. And then Avalanche is an ultimate, which it says rolls a massive snowball that consumes enemy heroes in its path. It is a giant fucking Swiss roll. I'll pick this in a bot match over here, and you can see it doesn't look like a snowball. It looks like somebody's rolling up a Swiss roll to bake it. At the end of the path, the snowball crumbles, releasing the heroes within, dealing damage and stunning them per the amount of heroes consumed. So if it gets 5 of them, you get a pretty good stun. And then Ice Wall, which is one of her default abilities in Overwatch, and it says it has vector targeting. After nearly a second delay, create an impassable wall that traps enemy heroes for 2.5 seconds. When the wall expires, trapped heroes are slowed, decaying over time. So if you're on the other side of it, you're just going to get blocked. But if it gets dropped on your head, you will get stuck in it. It's interesting how they flipped some regular abilities to be a ultimate, and then the ultimate became a regular ability. Yeah. And as for talents, I can't necessarily predict how this is going to go yet. I don't really know what are going to be the right talents for her, but you have Heavy Pack. Increases the duration of Snowblind slow by 1.5 seconds. Each time Blizzard damages an enemy hero, reduce the cooldown of Snowblind. So it pays off for hitting good blizzards, because you start chunking away your time at the Snowblind. Ice Storm. Every third hit of Blizzard against enemy heroes deals an additional damage. Blizzard's final stun damage is increased by 125%. These two, it's interesting, they both make you want to hit good blizzards. It's just the payoff here is within the blizzard. Here the payoff is within Heavy Pack. This probably is going to be which one you're more comfortable at your skill shots on. And then Heat Transfer. Basic attacks against stunned or rooted slowed heroes deal 33% more damage. Each time Mei stuns or slows an enemy hero, she heals. This sounds very good because she does all of this herself. But I want to say this one's probably going to be a little bit more comp specific. If you have a Jaina, if you have somebody else who slows or stuns like a Tyrande or Diablo, wallbanging people, or maybe a Junkrat rooting people, Heat Transfer would be good. I don't know if it's worth it if she's the only crowd control on the field. These others might be stronger, but if you have other people doing things, even the slow... Let's take a look over here. So ranged and melee. Nova's got a good slow. That'll work with it. Murky, when he splashes somebody, could be good. Probius has got some slows, especially with the warp field up. Kel'Thuzad, Jaina's going to have it. There is somebody specifically that I'm looking for. And why am I not finding her? Where is my centaur chick? There we go. Lunara. Lunara is probably going to be a really, really good combo with Mei, because she's going to slow when she procs her poison, and she does such high damage that I think Mei slowing people, setting it up for Lunara to wail on them, who also then puts on a slow, which then also aids Mei. I think that's a good feedback cycle between those two. I think Gazlo even might get some slowing turrets. She'll definitely combo with a lot of people, but maybe Heat Transfer is only good if somebody else can slow. At the 4 level, Slush Ball, Snowblind deals increased damage and structures hit or disabled for 3 seconds. That's big. That might combo really, really well with Arthas. Especially if he goes Syndragosa. Cold Front, if Mei enters her own blizzard while icing is active, the cooldown of icing is reduced by 7 seconds and she gains mana. So essentially what they're saying is that if she slides into her own blizzard, it'll reduce the cooldown of her slide and she gains mana. We have to see her mana usage. I don't like this one no matter what. She is a tank, and this promotes a lot of disruption of enemy heroes, but I don't always know that she's going to want to slide into her blizzard. She may want to just get out. This one, I don't like that much. Crystallize. Reduce the cooldown of Cryofreeze by 15 seconds. Mei gains 50 spell armor while Cryofreeze is active. That's that. It's got a 40-second cooldown. Dropping it by 15 is really, really solid. Comp dependent if she's dealing with a lot of spellcasters, or you're just quick matching and she doesn't maybe have a healer that round. This may help her out a little bit. Slush Ball might be the general default, and Crystallize might be situational, and Cold Front I just don't like. Induce Hibernation. Blizzard reduces the damage dealt by enemy heroes inside of its area by 40%. When Blizzard ends, enemy heroes still within the area gain this effect for an additional 4 seconds. Good, and I think if you're fighting a heavy DPS comp, this is very good. Skating Away. When icing ends, Mei and all nearby ally heroes gain movement speed and armor. I don't like this one as much, because if she's using it to get in or get out, you may not always have somebody near you to give this to, so the payoff of this isn't as consistent as Hibernation would be. And then Backup Battery on about a minute cooldown. Activate to remove roots and slows, regenerate health. The cooldown of the ability is reduced by 10 seconds each time Mei picks up a Gen Globe. So it's quest to a degree. Again, comp specific. I think the default is going to be Hibernation, and backup is going to depend on the comp. Avalanche and Ice Wall. Flurry. While in her own blizzard, Mei gains 50% increased attack speed, and Blizzard's cooldown refreshes faster. If Mei is in her own blizzard when it ends, gain these bonuses for additional 3 seconds. I mean, this shows you that she's a tank and not an assassin. An assassin would not be getting promoted to stand in their own stuff, which may be used as a getaway. This one's interesting, and this plays up to her Satan aspect of just recharging. I mean, you're just going to be dealing with so many blizzards if she recharges them faster, and she just sits there and laughs at you and pegs away with her increased attack speed. Cooling Servos. When Cryofreeze is active, Mei's basic abilities cool down faster, and her basic attack slow by 20% for 1.5. Solid. I mean, Jane has got some stuff that's like this. I liked this one a lot when I saw it. Mostly because it promotes maybe a little bit of burst out of her, where lead with a Snowblind that starts to slow them, drop a Blizzard which will trap them, slide in, Cryofreeze, and then maybe all that combo comes back up again when they get out of their slows and their stuns and everything. This could be crazy. This one may be a super strong talent. Polar Vortex. Using an ability causes Mei to deal 24 damage a second to nearby enemies. Enemy heroes damaged by this effect have their movement and attack speed slow. Promotes a really aggressive tanking. It's sort of a Burning Rage with a twist. This is going to be comp specific. If you're going to be dealing with a lot of ranged or mages, it's not going to help. But if you're dealing with a heavy melee comp, you know, a lot of other tanks, bruisers like Thrall and everything, Polar Vortex might be really good. And it's late game enough that it might surprise people if she picks it. Fresh Powder. Snowblind gains an additional charge and its range is increased. Black Ice. Icing slow no longer decays over its duration. Icing deals 300 more damage enemies close to Mei. Acclamation. Each time Mei stuns or slows an enemy hero, the damage he deals and healing receives is increased. While at maximum stacks, she also gains armor. I feel like this one again is maybe more of a comp specific. This one may be more anti-melee and might combo really well with Polar Vortex, promoting that she gets in there. Powder almost is good if she fulfills a bruiser role where somebody else is a main tank and she's sort of in that kind of Rexar mode a little bit where she hangs back as maybe more of a bruiser. This one promotes a bit more tanking. This one promotes a bit more bruiser and DPS. And then at 20, while traveling, Avalanche constantly launches a volley of untalented snow blinds at people. I saw this in the trailer. It reduces the cooldown of it. When Ice Wall expires, trapped enemies take a hit of 210 damage and have their armor reduced. Every 15 seconds, the next snowblind you cast is a 67% increased area. More of that backline bruiser again. Flash Freeze. When Mei takes fatal damage, he's instantly healed and gains instantly gains Cryofreeze. 180-second direction. Sort of very similar to Diva. Let's give it a quick little match and take a look. Now it's going to be against bots, so this will load up super quickly. I'm the only one loading. That's funny.
The battle's about to begin.
Let's try. This is a tough one. I find this one a tough one. Let's go the Snowblind one. Wow, she's got... She might have some range on that.
The battle will start in 10 seconds.
No, okay, I get it. Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Well, I'm very happy on the mount choice. It's absolutely perfect. No, I don't... I want Lucia with me here. There we go.
Sure. On the attack.
I mean, yeah, that definitely looks like her ultimate. It's gonna be interesting getting used to her. Let's see how this does on trash. It's pretty solid on trash. It's decent at PvE.
Dragon Knight's power? Prove it. Take control of the shrines.
On the attack. Healed up.
Fairly decent blizzard on that one. I saw the stun there. Leoric got the stun.
Much better.
Capture the shrines. Inherit
Alright, that was a good hit.
and lay waste to this forsaken king.
Get on up there. Come on.
I don't think she's gonna wind up being Satan. Like, she seemed... I mean, I didn't pop my trait yet, but she didn't seem excessively hardy. Like a Diablo with, like, full soul stacks or something. It seemed like with some focus, Mei will go down. Now, if I... Yeah. If Thrall comes after me...
On the attack.
I was gonna say if I could Cryofreeze on the point. Alright, so there's a bit of a burst on her combo there. She's holding her own in garage. But see, like, he walked out of that, which
Thank you.
may be the issue with trying to build into Blizzard too much.
Thank you.
That's not the direction I intended to slide, but okay. I guess it worked.
Oh, okay. Much better.
The Blizzard might become more about its control and setting up areas where people can't walk. Does seem like maybe she'll have a bit of a mana issue. I'm not able to do a hell of a lot here right now. I'm gonna see if I can experiment with that structure disable. Get me some globes. Come down here, make sure nobody's going for that. Alright, let's check out a structure disable.
Here goes nothing.
Yep, alright, that definitely did it. So she cannot blizzard while sliding. She's kind of being ignored right now, so I can't really tell. Oh, are you kidding? Wow, that did no ticks, and they... That did not interrupt the cap on the Dragon Knight like I thought.
Can't we just focus on the science?
I wonder if she could tell she's about ready to get kicked and ice block quickly enough to avoid it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know, she may have some mana issues. That one talent that mentions about gaining the mana back might actually be a decent thing to take. I kind of feel like she runs out. I'm not really throwing a lot of extraneous abilities either.
His strength was never yours to keep.
All the attack. Select the power. 谢谢.
Okay, that was a pretty decent Blizzard setup over there. They have some damage over there, so let's go with the reduced damage. She's relatively hardy. I mean, she's surviving these encounters, but I can't really tell if... I don't think I'm getting focused that much. Oh, that was too far behind. I misplayed that Blizzard. I probably could have had that kill.
Alright, now you've done gone a pissing.
These bots are also not as as aggressive as human players would be. Decent displacement. That's a good health gain though. Gonna die. I wouldn't say she's an overpowered tank. Her health seems to be good. Seems to be very balanced. Like she can survive a lot of stuff with the Cryofreeze, but she's not excessively tanky. She's not like a full Black Souls Diablo. Let's see how she is with this camp over here.
Can we just focus on the science?
My husband is dead. Remind this kingdom of
Her Blizzard, honestly, might become more about zoning.
Score one for us.
Like the control points that spawn the skeletons on that map and how you have those routes going in and out of those areas. Ooh, Earthquake as an ultimate. I mean, it's the enemy Earthquake, but Earthquake as an ultimate with Mei would probably be pretty nice. I gotta try canceling one of these.
There you are. Yes.
She actually takes a reasonable... So there's a canceled slide. It had the effect that I wanted it to, but now I gotta go.
Much better.
I think she's surprisingly not Satan. But getting a full effect Blizzard's gonna be tough.
Along the talent.
It's not that easy. So I'm gonna try and Snowball right here. See what I mean about it looks like a Swiss roll?
Thank you.
I see about the slide and the Blizzard now. Now I finally get it. Okay. I have rethought the slide and the Blizzard talents. They're not actually that bad. Because of the fact that you can cancel the slide.
Here goes nothing.
It makes sense now. Now I know what they're going for with that ability. Also, it's the Cryofreeze is a little bit different than Overwatch. She does take damage while she's in it. Yeah, the AI is not that aggressive. The AI could have killed me there. This, surprisingly, is my first AI match here on the PTR where my team is not thoroughly beating the others. I've been down in experience a little bit, but I've never actually seen one that looks like it's going to be a loss. That's how it's supposed to be done with the Blizzard, but... Ooh, whiffed on that.
Thank you.
I like it, but I don't like it. The Slide Blizzard combo. If it pushes people out of the slide to nail the effects of sliding into the Blizzard, is it really worth it? Is it worth it to slide into your own Blizzard, get the effect of that talent, but then you kick people out of your Blizzard, and then maybe you don't complete the Blizzard abilities? Like that, what Lucier just did. He boot people out of the Blizzard. What if I talent into Blizzard? Then we're... Yeah. I get it, but I don't know that I like it. And Lucier needs to get the hell out of there. This is... She's gonna be good in quarters like this if she could combo dropping the Blizzard and then ice blocking to prevent the escape. Ooh dear. Wow, a thirsty AI Brightwing. Okay.
I see.
Yeah, I take damage while in that Cryofreeze.
That tickles.
She's a manipulator. That's really what it's going to be. She's not like a particularly high DPS tank. And she's not the hardiest tank in the world. She's going to be a controller, is what it is.
Time to choose a talent. That tickles.
Huh. Polyed while being kicked. Absolute trash.
Thank you.
I'd like to see a Snowball pushing people into towers. I think that'd be pretty fun.
If you say so.
Sort of like Junkrat when he bombs somebody up over the wall. Yeah, she's not invincible. That's a departure from... See, I bumped him out of the blizzard.
Thank you.
I don't like the slide. I don't really think I would ever go with the slide into the blizzard talent. Let's see if I can figure out which one that was. If Mei enters her own blizzard while icing is active, the cooldown is reduced and she gains mana. She needs the mana, I think. But I don't know if it's worth it to reduce that cooldown and then knock people out of the blizzard. Even an untalented blizzard still has
Focus on the science.
an effect. Look, they're frozen. Why would you want to knock people out of that?
Huh?
Yeah,
Power
not a
gathers
fan of that
within
talent.
shrines. Seize them and become the new dragon.
And her cooldowns between the Blizzard and the Snowblind are offset enough that it's not like you're going to be setting up a lot of Kerrigan combos with that.
Avenge my husband.
I can't even get
Earn
the
his power and destroy your
Blizzard.
enemies.
Oh, wow, I can't get anything over that wall. There we go.
Only attack.
No messing.
That was a good Swiss roll. But Brightwing's just able to walk right out.
Valiantly fought.
I think you're going to want to make sure somebody's slowed before you start doing blizzards, or they're blocked off like this. Alright, bumped him back a little bit. If that wasn't a Lucian, that was maybe a DPS character, that might have been a kill.
Healed up.
Yikes.
Thank you.
I think she's balanced. I don't think she's going to be Satan at all. I think she's pretty reasonable. I mean, I think a skilled player is going to be able to hang in there and tank pretty well on Mei, but I think noobs are probably going to get smashed. Snowball gains a charge, increased.
Huh?
Disabling heroes and powers Mei. I'll try that and see what happens.
There you are.
Let's try to get the North Shrine. Alright, let's see if we go Blizzard, slow. See, key thing is to hit icing behind them and bump them back into the Blizzard so that it completes. That's going to be tough. Alright, I'm holding the Blizzard. But now I want to use it because I want to kill Brightwing.
Freeze! Don't move.
You know, I honestly think she's going to benefit from a team with a lot of big bodies on it. Give a Diablo, a Butcher. Yeah, see? I mean, he just walked out the front of that one. And that's the AI, and the AI is not supposed to be as bright as a human character.
Okay, that got a little too violent.
Alright, let's see if we can get a Dragon Knight.
Killing spree. Oh, what's over there?
Ooh! Spice-a-rama there. Garrosh giving me the pop and... Oh, are you kidding? Oh, totally baited. I don't even know who was up here and took it.
There you are.
So I think the Kerrigan-esque combo would be the Snow Blind to slow them, a Blizzard, and then sliding past them to make sure they get knocked back into the Blizzard.
That tickles.
Wow, that... Ah, okay, good. I'm glad we completed that kill. I would have been upset if we didn't. Or maybe... Alright, I'm going to see if I can set this up where I slide through them and then ult back. I got Leoric... Oh, it put them through the geometry. Interesting. Didn't expect that. I thought it would have hit the wall over there. And then stopped, and it went through it. Oh, danger. Danger, Will Robinson. Yeah, I think she's going to really benefit from other big bodies. Big bruisers, big tanks. Butcher, Diablo, Artanis, Rexar and Misha. And she's going to benefit from other slows.
You shall
Shit.
burn.
Jaina and Arthas are going to be really good. Maybe Tyrande with the stuns.
I'm getting strange readings.
Yeah, that's so tough to set that up where I slide and push them back into the blizzard. Alright, good slow on that one. I think that enabled a solid kill. Let's see if I can push them, if I can ultimate them into the base. Okay, so that's what I was hoping would happen. If we had towers up, I think that could have been good. Thanks for throwing me towards... Wow, he really likes ultimating me. She might work pretty well on wave clear. Alright guys, I think we've seen everything that we're going to see with Mei on this one, other than
Over there.
picking some valid talent. So, final discussion. Heavy Pack seems to be pretty good. Ice Storm might be tough to land. Heat Transfer I think is going to be comp specific. Slush Ball we didn't really get to see about the structures because I was never really pushing that much. Cold Front I don't like at all. I don't think Cold Front will ever be a really good talent. Crystallize could be pretty solid depending upon what you're facing. Induce Hibernation might be good unless you're working with a lot of fast people who just walk out of the blizzards. Skating Away could be good if you know how to hit your slides right. Backup Battery will probably be very good. Avalanche seems very strong. I like it a lot. I mean, Ice Will's probably going to be strong too, but seeing that Avalanche put people through geometry is really solid. Standing in your blizzard, reducing a cooldown might be good. Cooling servos
There must
might be
always
good.
be
Polar
a
Vortex
dragon
also
knight.
might be good. That's
But
a
will
tough
it be
tier.
you?
Fresh powder could be good for following up on some of those kills. Black Ice might be solid too. Acclamation might be comp specific.
Fascinating.
Why are you gonna kick me from my own bot game? Are you serious?
They're
Cascade.
attacking your core. Look out.
That looked pretty good.
The enemy leveled the key. There you are.
Now, if I can slide, if I can push them back. There we go. Now, if I had slide up and was able to slide towards what I did and keep him near the core, that probably would have been a kill.
I'm getting strange readings.
I don't think range for Snowblind's necessarily going to be that good. And I'm not able to get a blizzard out right after the slide either. Like, slide through them, blizzard behind me. I'm not getting that to work particularly well. Yeah. It's because the blizzard requires a targeting on the ground.
Oh no, your core is under attack.
And being in that slide animation is not letting me to, like, alley-oop it behind me. The AI has done exceptionally well in this match compared to my other AI ones. Really? It's just a never-ending onslaught with these guys. So, alright. Snowblind, Blizzard.
Thank you.
It's tough.
They're attacking your core.
It's tough to get that slide to push him back into the Blizzard. Man, 3 of them up here. There we go. Finally got a solid blizzard.
I see. Oh no, your core is under attack. Healed up.
My ult was up really quick though.
Retreat.
Relentless.
Get out of there. Come on. Can we just
Alright,
focus
Leo.
on the
You're
science?
pissing me off here. Yeah, he just almost pretty much walked out of that thing the whole way.
They're attacking your core. Look out.
At least she might be able to get out of trouble pretty easily with her. Unbelievable.
Yes.
She might be very, very tough to chase down. Alright, let's see. Slide, Blizzard. I mean, I hit everything on that one and they still just walked out of it. She's probably going to require a little bit of slow help to be super good. First AI match I've lost. You have to do 3 AI matches in order to do anything in the PTR. And all my other ones as Junkrat, which is what I was playing, were fine. And that one we got crushed. Let's see what the stats were on this. That's a lot of hero damage, but I mean, Mephisto and Gazlo definitely are capable of clocking my damage over there. Tychus, that makes sense. She outdamaged the Thrall, which doesn't make sense. She beat a Garrosh, okay. Leoric was very high. Interesting. No real siege damage of note over there. Not a lot of high experience. I healed as much as the Lucio, though. That's really sad. But, I self-healed more than the Lucio. That's kind of crazy. Then again, I did claim my Lucio instead of letting him free roam, which may have aided in it. So there you go, guys. There's a look at May with abilities, talents, couple talents picked in a bot match. Hope it was enjoyable. Hope that makes you either look forward or not look forward to May based on what you saw. She's not going to solo. I don't think she's going to carry a team. She's going to need help. I think she'll need a little bit of help to live, like a Brightwing or even just a Lucio might put her over the edge in terms of survivability. Damage, I don't know. I'm going to have to play with her more to see if that's abnormal with the amount of damage that she did. But she's going to have a lot of control. She may not be the biggest tank in the world, but she may be classified as a bruiser. Maybe because of her damage, but I think more because she's just going to control the battlefield and she's going to blizzard narrow escape areas in and out of sections, and she'll drop a blizzard behind somebody and say, well, you're not going to leave that way. It's going to be really interesting to see if somebody's at the very left edge of a blizzard when it starts. Can they walk through it and get out the other side and not take that stun? Will an average character, not a fast Lily or Brightwing, if you're not boosted, can you saunter from the left edge to the right edge and not get the stun? If people could just walk out of it, then Blizzard might not really be as good of an ability as people think. I would like to see it freeze 2 seconds enemies take damage when Blizzard ends within this area 75 and they're stunned. Target location for 2 seconds. I would like to see them maybe get frozen a little bit earlier. Or maybe go a little bit quicker. I would sacrifice the damage for a little bit less ticking if it just, you know, resolved quicker and got the stun a little bit quicker, but it might be too strong. I don't know. But she is fun, and I definitely would play her when she hits live. Hope you enjoyed the video, everybody.